Namaste and welcome to day 8 of our Yoga Somatic Movement class with me, Aura. Let's begin the class by chanting the opening mantra. This week we will be chanting the Shanti mantra. So join your hands in front of your heart, close your eyes, and if you know the mantra you can chant along. If not, just feel its pristine vibrations. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः Shanti. May all be happy, may all be free from infirmities, may all see good, may none partake in suffering, may there be peace, peace, peace. And keeping our eyes closed, let's breathe in and out for a few moments. And today we will be reading from the book Step by Step Ascended Master Discourses by Peter Mount Shasta. We will be reading Chapter 12, Your Power to Create. The first step on the highway to mastery is to turn your attention to your I Am presence. Then remember that one who carries that light must always be humble and recognize the true worth of each one. The one who is the greatest among you will be the one most willing to step aside that another may express him or herself. If one has certain great qualities yet also pride, that pride may overwhelm the good qualities and lead to disaster. The Master radiates encouragement, love, kindness, and God desire to the individual but does not interfere. If a brother or sister willfully goes forward to make a mistake, the mistake lies in his or her own world and will be handled most quickly if no interference is given. Your obligation as a student of light is to make the call to your I Am presence, which is one with the presence of the individual about to make the so-called error, and release such a feeling of divine love and blessing that a wrong action will not take place. Then, even though that one goes willfully ahead and commits the action, do not think less of them for that. You don't know what lesson that person has to learn, and your feeling toward that one should not change. And therein lies the next point. If you feel you love one person more than another, you are robbing yourself as well as the other person of a blessing. You are obligated not only to love those who appear to be deserving of your love, but to love even more those who can be helped by your love. You are on the path of service, first to your own I Am presence and then to others. Those who appear as others are actually a reflection of yourself. Think well before you speak, for idle words make up a tremendous sum of misery for the human race. Before making any statement, consider well what its effect will be upon those who hear it. Speak as though you are in the presence of every human in the world, including the ascended host. Only then will your speech be God's speech, unable to harm another, and will the words of the I Am flow through you with full power. I also wish to caution, when you enter into laughter, humor, and companionship, do not tease or mix with that laughter an unconscious feeling of superiority that may instantly cut another person with a laugh, cruel word, glance, or gesture. Even in your fun, be careful. Remember, slurring remarks made in jest have far greater power to hurt than remarks made openly and directly. Speak clearly and distinctly, for if what you want to say is worth the saying, speak it forth that all may hear. If what you want to say is not meant for the ears of everyone present, do not speak or even imply what you are thinking. Instead, realize the oneness of which all are part, and you will find you can communicate silently with others, conveying only that which you wish to impart. In conversation, treat each one as an ascended master. How do you know but that someone you meet is an ascended master? I believe I may tell you something quite startling. There are some who in the past have shaken hands with ascended masters without knowing. Anticipate meeting an ascended master, and if you try to benefit others, your humble, quiet joy in that service may bring a master to you. Remember, beloved ones, everyone you contact is on the spiritual path. When you help them, you help yourself, for are not all beings of the One? As you call forth a blessing to your brother or sister, more than 60% of that energy remains to act in your own world. Do you see why it is never wise to curse or condemn? You intensify that same action in your own aura. It takes a master craftsman to build a watch, yet a careless child can destroy that watch in a moment. But can the child rebuild it? No. So it is with individuals. They are easy to destroy carelessly. Those who consciously go forth upon the path to mastery always try to be considerate and supportive of others. In being of such assistance, you also support yourself. I have sadly observed many misunderstandings arise among couples. One of the most painful misunderstandings occurs when one person feels that to make progress, he or she must have a divorce, severing all ties. True, any human tie is limiting. Yet I say enough understanding called forth from the I Am presence can change that seemingly limiting relationship into an outpouring of divine love and blessing. Beloved people contemplating separation should think well upon the oneness of all things. How can you reason to association with the great white brotherhood unless you first learn to work in service with another? Returning again to the activity of speech, remember that when someone speaks to you, no matter what he or she says, that person loves you. Even though the other person curses you, still they would not feel like cursing unless love was there. If you will recognize that love within each and intensify that love by your recognition of it, then the one with vicious intent will stop in his path and hold his tongue. You can transform people with your love, and by holding the vision that we are all brothers and sisters in one divine family. The one in whom you are unable to see love, you will meet again to confront at a future time or even in some future life. Seek not to better yourself at the expense of another. If you would better your position, see what greater service you can render. Take no credit for your service, for no credit belongs to you personally. All comes forth from God, your I Am presence. Live in the consciousness, I am all that I wish to be. In that consciousness of fulfillment, you will radiate such harmony and joy that you will raise others into the desire to share in that same love. I hope you will love freely, and by that I do not mean what you call free love. Rather, call the I Am presence to release its love freely and limitlessly in an outpouring to everyone. If 1 million people would do that today, even for 5 minutes together, the love generated would change the world, which is what we wish. Out of the fullness of my great treasure house, I flow forth into the hearts and minds of mankind, filling them with love, with light, with joy, with opulence never ending. For I am all things. I am that power of light released. O thou wondrous presence of life, thou all powerful I am, we acknowledge thee in the hearts and minds and lives of everyone everywhere. We know there is only God, good and perfection within each one, recognizing that we are at peace and all discord now ceases. And let's take a moment here to absorb these words of wisdom from the Ascended Masters. Breathe in and breathe out neutrally, thoroughly and fully enjoying each breath that you take in and you release with ease. And this week for Holy Scripture, we are taking each of the 4 Mahavakyas of the Vedas. Day before yesterday, we started off with Pratyanam Brahma, meaning pure consciousness is Brahman. And yesterday, we understood Tattvam Asi, that thou art. Today, we will meditate upon Aham Brahma Asmi, meaning I am Brahman. The Yajurveda in the Brihadharanyaka Upanishad holds the Aham Brahma Asmi. The disciple overcomes his belief that the truth is somewhere else rather than within himself through meditation. He then goes back to his master, filled with his intimate and direct experience of the truth. This same experience of the truth is the nature of this Mahavakya, the Anubhav Vakya, which is the statement of experience. So you can choose to meditate on Aham Brahma Asmi or I am Brahman, or you can choose to bring all the 3 statements together, which is Pratyanam Brahma, Tattvam Asi, and Aham Brahma Asmi. Keep chanting this in your head silently for a few moments. Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham Brahma Asmi. And now, keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands together lovingly in front of your heart in Namaskar Mudra and begin rubbing your palms together so that you generate heat between your palms. And when you feel enough heat generated between your palms, gently cup your hands over each of your eyes and blink a couple of times. Then spread that same warmth over the rest of your body. Namaste. So yesterday we began with 5 Sukshma Vyayams or movements that help rejuvenate and reignite your astral body, that is the body between your physical body and your spiritual body. In your astral body you have the chakras and the 72 nadis through which energy flows and through which the prana or the life force energy, the vital life force energy flows through your body through the Sushumna Nadi. This is helped by 2 other nadis, one which is on your left known as the Ida Nadi or the Moon Nadi or the parasympathetic nervous system, and the right hand side which is your Pingla Nadi, which is your sympathetic nervous system or the right side or the solar energy. So before we continue with our Sukshma Vyayam today, of which we are going to do a recap of yesterday's 5 movements and learn 3 new movements today, Let's first do the pranayam, which is the Nadi Shodhana pranayam, to help us clear our right and our left hemispheres and prepare for the Sukshma Vyayam we are about to do. Place the left hand in Chin Mudra and the right hand in Vishnu Mudra. Breathe in and out neutrally a couple of times to empty any air from your lungs. Now take your right thumb and cover your right nostril. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hold the left nostril 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold the right nostril. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hold the left nostril 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hold the right nostril 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And take in a couple of breaths. Breathe in neutrally. Take the air in cleanly. And let's begin our Sukshma Vyayam, the first one being Uchcharana Sthal Tatha Vishuddhi Chakra Shuddhi, strengthening and cleaning of the vocal cords and Vishuddhi Chakra. The benefits being that it helps in getting rid of stutter in the voice, the thinking power improves, the voice becomes melodious. It's highly suggested to singers, radio jockeys, anchors, etc. Regular practice helps attain powerful vocal cords. So stand straight with both your legs together, hands to the side, shoulders back, chin up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Bring your chin back parallel to the ground, look straight. Take a couple of deep neutral breaths. The next movement is Prarthana or prayer. Prayer helps in calming the mind. It sets the tone of the practice and builds concentration. Prayer has a direct effect on controlling sensual desires. It is said that Mahatma Buddha achieved supreme bliss by practicing the prayer focusing on breath and supreme alone. So begin by raising your arms, bringing them down, joining your hands with your thumbs at your sternum notch. Adjust your arms and shoulders so that they are straight, pressing against your chest, and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Raise your arms once again, bring them to your sides, and breathe in and out a couple of times. And the third movement is Buddhi Tatha Dritti Shakti Vikasaka, strengthening of mind and willpower. The benefits are that the center for mind power or Buddhi is below the Shikha Mandal. Building focus at this center with breath regulation helps in boosting the mind and willpower. So let's begin. Shoulders back, chin right up, head to the back. Focus on the spot behind your head and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Now bring the head back, chin parallel to the ground, and breathe in a couple of times neutrally. And our next movement is Smaran Shakti Vikasaka, strengthening the memory power. The benefits are that it helps in improving your memory power. It's ideal for people who do mental work a lot, as this movement removes mental lethargy. It's highly suggested to students, lawyers, artists, and people who do self-study. So let's begin. Keep your feet together, hands to your sides, chin parallel, look down. Look down to the ground and let's breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now look straight, chin parallel to the ground. Breathe in a couple of neutral breaths. And our next movement is Medha Shakti Vikasaka, strengthening the intellect. The benefits are that this Kriya makes one's personality attractive. This Kriya helps in directing the prana through the Sushumna Nadi. So, using the same posture as before, bring your head down with your chin in your sternum notch. Focus on the back of your head and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And now bring the chin back up, parallel to the ground. Breathe a couple of times neutrally. And our next movement, which is also a new movement that we are learning today, is Netra Shakti Vikasaka, strengthening the eyes. The benefits are that it helps in the prevention and management of eye ailments. It improves eyesight. A regular practice of a minimum of 40 days is suggested for better results. It is ideal to practice with a certified yoga instructor. Helps in getting rid of fatigue, sleepiness, and mental lethargy. It's ideal for people who have sitting jobs and for students. And ideally, you need to do it for 5 minutes. But today we are going to do it for 1 minute since this is the first time that we are doing it. So, hands to the side, put your head up, chin down, and focus on the area between your eyebrows. Stay in this position with your eyes open for another minute. And when you're done, bring your head back parallel to the ground and breathe in a couple of times neutrally. And our next movement is Kapol Shakti Vikasaka, strengthening the cheeks. The benefits are that it helps in restoring the natural blush on the cheeks. It helps in removing wrinkles and acne from the face. It strengthens the teeth. It helps in the prevention and management of mouth related ailments such as pyorrhea, bad breath, dry mouth, etc. So let's begin. Hands to the sides. Now lift it up. Put your thumbs and your fingers together, thumbs on either sides of your nostrils. Breathe in through the mouth with your cheeks out, chin touching the sternum. Hold the breath, and when you're done, let it out. Again, hold the position, bellow the cheeks out, bring your head down. Keep your eyes closed, hold in your breath for as long as you can. For these movements today, I'm doing only the count of 5, but you can do whatever you feel comfortable with. And hands down to the sides. Remember that each of these movements that you do it only till your comfort level. So you can do more counts, you could do less counts. But make sure at all times that you are comfortable. Puff out your cheeks and breathe out through your nostril when you are releasing the position or the hold. Once again, let's do it. Very good. And release. Excellent. Hands to the sides. And our last movement for the day, Karna Shakti Vikasaka, strengthening the hearing power. The benefits are that it helps in the prevention and management of ear-related ailments such as hearing loss, and it strengthens the hearing power. So let's begin. Lift up your hands, keep your thumbs on your ears, index finger on your eyes, and middle finger on your 2 nostrils, and then your ring finger and your small finger at the sides of your mouth. Again, below out. Hands to the side. Let's do this one more time. Raise, thumbs covering your ears, index finger covering your eyes, middle finger covering your nostrils, your 2 fingers covering the sides of your mouth. Bellow out, chin down touching the sternum. Hold the breath and release. Let's try it one more time. Hands up, cover your ears, eyes, nose and mouth. Bellow your cheeks. Hold the breath. I'm holding it here for a count to 5. Release. Let's do it once again. Keep your focus on your breath. Keeping your breath, hold it in as much as you can. Now take neutral breaths. 1. And today we have put in a lot of effort when it comes to working on the Sukshma Vyayam, even though they are not movements as such and they are more breathing techniques. They help align you, because when you do yoga movements, you need to maintain your breath in rhythm. And to help you with that, in order to clear your astral body, you need to learn how to breathe. And these movements will help clear that body and help energy flow in the right direction, which is upwards, ever and always upwards to our divine destiny. So let's just take a couple of breaths now in silence before we close today's session. Close your eyes gently. Breathe in and out a couple of times. And now we will chant the Shanti mantra. Join your hands in front of your heart. Let's begin. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति Shanti, Shanti. May all be happy, may all be free from infirmities, may all see good, may none partake in suffering, may there be peace, peace, peace. Slowly open your eyes. Namaste.